All right, guys. My name is Mike Shadarayu, back with another reaction. And this one is going to be a bit of a stretch for me. I chose to do this one on my own. This was not suggested. Because while I do love the band, I haven't listened to anything of theirs since Saint Anger. I hated that album. Nothing about that album hit me right in the ear. I honestly can't even try to appreciate it. I bought the album to give Metallica the credit that they deserved, and I listened to it until it no longer annoyed me, and I never wanted to listen to it again. I didn't hear I not a single track from Death Magnetic. I think there was another one somewhere in between there. Yeah. So this is a big stretch for me, but I'm curious as to what they've come up with as what could potentially be their final album. And I only say potentially because, well, let's look at the time frame that they've been around. So to be able to still write and produce and play music is incredible and deserves respect on its own. I am going to give this a try. I'm going to give it a hard, honest try because, like I said, Saint Anger ruined it for me. But I'll try to give them an honest shot. So, Metallica, 72 Seasons, the title track from the album of the same name. It is 8.5 minutes long. For the love of God, please don't let it be irritating. So I can move on from Saint Anger and try to give their other stuff a chance. So let's just get this started. Guys, bear with me. This is going to be a stretch for me. I'll be honest, okay? So we'll go ahead and get this going right now. Already it has Reload vibes with that Saint Anger vibe that just insists upon itself. That's my first thoughts. I may be being too harsh. Okay. Ride the lightning kind of vibes. No? Okay. I will admit that I was might have been a little bit too hard on Jason Newsted when he left. I realized at the time, because he left and he joined Ozzy for a little while, I realized at the time Metallica's future was also in question, but then again, Ozzy was getting up there in age. It didn't make sense to me why you would leave one band to go to one who didn't know how long that they were going to be around. Obviously, Ozzy, up until this last year, was still able to tour and write. So I was actually kind of mad at Jason for a long time and just loathed Robert Trujillo. Still don't know what I think of him, but he's a damn good bassist. Just throwing that out there.
Beating on the right man, shut down, dramatic, time haunted by the past, long gone, dogmatic, although the die is cast, shut down, organic, but what is done and done, look back, psychotic, no chance before this life began. Staring into black light, dominating birthright. Wrath of man, leaching through, spinning to. Wrath of man, catching to, point of view. Wrath of man, violence, inheritance. Wrath of man, drive upon, feeding on 72 seasons gone.
Yeah. I saw in an interview that James Hetfield had said that individually they are average. But when put together, they create something amazing. The lyricism to me doesn't fit the music. The music I could get into. I'm loving the that they're trying to go back to the thrashiness that of like their earlier years in through the 90s. See how it plays out. I'm trying to keep an open mind, you guys. So I'll admit it. Kirk can still fucking shred it. And I've always thought Lars was the best drummer ever. Go ahead, rip me apart in the comments, but I will stand by that always. Lars is the best drummer. You can give him hell all you want for the shit that he pulled with Napster, his ability or inability to drum on time with the metronome. That is, his metronome is his greatest fear. You can give him all the shit that he wants, but Lars is still the greatest drummer ever. One, he was self taught, and two, I can learn 12 rudiments on the drums and be as good as everybody else. He pushes himself to do it unconventional. That's why he's the greatest drummer. But, oh shit. Oh, I messed up the screen record, but I'm getting there. It's the song is growing on me.
Man down, barbaric, quick fire machine gun thoughts, deep seed, stigmatic, some have and some have not. Man down, demonic, no mercy from the ghost within, turn back, hypnotic, there's breathing out but not back in. Staring into black light,
I do like this riff. Chunky riff.
permanently midnight. Wrath of man, reaching through, split into wrath of man, crashing to point of view. Wrath of man, violence, inheritance. Wrath of man, drive upon, feeding on 72 seasons gone. Feeding on the wrath of man.
All right, so I can dig it. I can definitely. I did like this. Trying really, really hard to pull myself against, like I said, the Sading or debacle and me refusing to listen to them since. I like what they did here. Not because I'm an old school fan, but it is really, really hard to go from like reminded me of like early like Kill 'Em All meets Ride the Lightning vibes. With just the speed, the thrash, um, and even the solo was fantastic. I'll give it that. Fantastic. Musically, 9 out of 10. Lyrically, uh, 7 out of 10. For the fact that James can still do it, he can still sing and play the guitar the way that he does. That is amazing talent. I'm not trying to discredit that at all. It just seems to me, in my opinion, that since Reload, James hasn't really wrote from within like he used to. Um, that's just my opinion. However, I do like this track. I will see if it can grow on me. If you guys have a favorite song from this record, from this album, 72 Seasons, let me know. I will give it an honest shot. Saint Anger aside, my love for the old classic Metallica aside, I will give this a solid 8 out of 10. And it kind of broke the ice for me to get back into Metallica. So I will definitely want to listen to at least two more songs from this album. If you got a favorite track from this album, comment below. Let me know. Until then, guys, cheers. And it is 1:04 in the morning. I have got to get my ass to bed. Good night, guys.